The world is changing. The rules of dating have already changed. The dynamics between men and women have evolved. Society looks at men and women through a different lens. The idea and concept of marriage have dramatically changed. The laws that govern relationships have also changed to favor women. The only thing that hasn't changed is women's love for Chad and Tyrone. Because being with them indicates two things. One, the woman hasn't matured emotionally because she still wants to be with Chad, whom she liked 15 years ago. And two, she's still under the delusion that she's as attractive as she was 15 years ago. Men have realized that enough is enough. All the talk about equality is meaningless if it's only selective equality that doesn't respect the hard-working men who have physically built the infrastructure of the world in some of the toughest conditions humanly possible. They've realized that it's not even worth being with women anymore because all they bring to the table is unrealistic expectations and a sense of unwarranted entitlement, and seek to make sure men live their lives revolving around women catering to their needs. And it's because of this reason that all the women who played political games for the last 20 years and are now incredibly successful and wealthy live in beautiful homes, drive the classiest cars, and have the most social lifestyles that you can imagine. But the one thing these women don't have, and the one thing they will hardly ever admit to, is loneliness. Men have told women exactly what they want in very simple terms. There have been no ifs and buts about what men want in women. And unlike women, who have a list of requirements a mile long, men only want about 5 or 6 things from a woman. Many times, it's less than that. All women have to do is listen. They'll then know exactly what any guy wants from them. Women are extremely jealous of each other. They do everything they can to drag each other down and then delight in seeing their sister in misery. They especially hate to see another woman happy in a relationship. The single women will do everything they can to convince the woman in the relationship that she needs to cheat and that she can do better, just because they want her to be single and miserable, just like the rest of the sisterhood. To strong, independent women out there who claim that being alone is perfectly fine, I say this: the tens of thousands of TikTok and Instagram videos of your sisters crying contradict your claim 100%. Men help other men out. They lay down the truth pipes for the young ones so they can learn from the mistakes that older men have made regarding women. Overall, what do men want? Men want peace. We want to be left alone and not nagged every single day about trivial crap. We want to not have to take care of a grown adult that's entitled enough to think they don't have to work. We want loyalty, respect and love, honesty, and the peace of mind we aren't getting lied to and cheated on. We don't want to take care of your kids from other dudes. Simple enough, right? Wrong. No woman would do any of those things without getting money in return. Yes, modern women who are successful and have built their careers in the last 2 decades are now lonely. They have their profiles on platforms such as Tinder, but all they attract are either thirsty young guys looking for cougars or old men who want a woman to simply live the rest of their days with. So, why aren't men getting married anymore, and what can women do about it? The legal consequences of marriage in today's environment are so drastic that it is prohibitive for many men to even consider marrying. The problem with it is that it has specifically got more to do with the Western world versus other places like Asia or maybe Eastern Europe or Russia, for example. So, the way family law has kind of progressed and evolved over time is that it's turned into a scenario where it's very high risk and low reward for men. Today, men have been influenced by women speaking through movies, books, and TV shows where the only guys they seem to like are the nice guys who are not masculine at all, and basically are guys that every woman in the real world will friend zone. Guys need to understand the true nature of women and need to understand that what women say versus what women really feel are completely different things, and it will always be like that, no matter the year and no matter the country. They need to work on themselves, develop interesting habits, build a strong physique, and become better at dating women. However, Women also need to lower their expectations because they just seem to expect everything from a guy. I don't even know if what is currently happening here is intentional, but it is an exploitation of the male nature. A man naturally wants to protect women. He wants to be of service, he wants to be loyal, and he wants to do what's right. But women condition guys to believe that what they're doing, they absolutely have to do for women because that's their birthright. Every time he disobeys your orders or ceases to be your servant, you can simply accuse him of disregarding that particular aspect of what it means to be a man, and he will comply. Men are no longer shying away from telling the world that they've had enough, seen enough, and experienced enough to know that they just don't want to pursue women anymore. They're a whole lot better off without them. They're going their own way. They're going to live their life their own way, build their skills, pursue their long-standing habits, and live a normal life, just without being committed to women. And it's not like they hate women or anything. They just don't want to be in a relationship with women because they're just not okay with all the drama that comes after marriage or how the system works against them if they get divorced. And now, women are looking at men coming out and saying they're going their own way. The number of men doing this is steadily on the rise. I think this is why more women are starting to think that maybe these men might be right. They're not bad men. They're good guys who just don't want bad experiences anymore. On the scale of attraction, these guys are 4s, 5s, and even 7s and 8s. Feminism has gone from a female liberation movement to a movement that just wants to bring down men, and men are not okay with that. So, they're just walking off the field and going their own way. And this is one of the prime reasons why men are increasingly single and choosing to live life on their own. They'd rather be lonely than be with women who are only going to exploit them or reject them just because they can. These are women who grew up with an entitlement to being taken on dates, being given gifts, and having their meals and expenses paid for by men. With feminism and equality on the cards, men want women to bring their half to the table, to pay up, to be the partner that the feminist movement preaches about. The fact is that modern women have made themselves the most obsolete option for dating, marriage, and family, and men are walking away from dating, opting out of marriage, and going their own way, choosing to live their best single lives without the risk of lifetime financial ruin and needless drama that women bring. Ladies, you cannot afford to reject 95% of males to chase after chads. The 5% of males whom you ladies have given a line of easy access women for every day of the week and no reason to commit and expect it not to have long-term consequences. 45% of American working women 25 to 45 are projected by data to be single, childless, and partnerless by 2030. Single women 45 to 65 are aging into poverty in spite of their education level. Yes, old ladies with little dogs are most telling indeed of the life path modern women have chosen. Young women are finding out what it is like for men 24/7 and how being alone is the norm for most of us guys. We have gotten used to being alone, and by the time we hit 40, we prefer being alone because you women are too much of an entitled pain and headache and risk of lifetime financial ruin. The young woman with the little dog will find out too late that her feminist mindset and insane expectations and standards are what is keeping her very single and the prospect of dying alone very real. Thanks for watching Man Reacts. Show us your love and support by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. And let us know your thoughts on this in the comments. We're always up for a healthy debate and discussion.